And I want to say something else about just like, being really conscious of our communication and our sound, because the way we talk in our mind to ourselves and towards others is very powerful. So if you're speaking positively, if you're mentally chanting mantra, if you're speaking with intention to uplift or solve something, or add positive energy to a situation, then that's wonderful. But just as powerful, we're on a polarity planet. If you're speaking negatively, that's also just as powerful, if not more powerful. And Yogi Bhajan said, he said, complaining is your felony. Like, he used that language. Complaining is your felony. And so, I know we see a lot of like, no complaining challenges, things like that. And what I just want to say, like, I want us to be conscious because real things happen. Not everything is amazing. Not everything is positive. Okay. But everything is about how can I reframe the language and the sound around whatever the thing is so that I don't get pulled into the negative energy of it. But I'm also not ignoring the reality of it either. Okay. So, something very simple that I noticed of myself, or I've noticed, you know, and have been very conscious of the last few months is I very naturally say like, oh, I have to go in the office. Oh, I have to teach class now. Like, what are you doing? Like, oh, I just have to, prepare for this. I have to do that. Have to go to the grocery store, have to go to the post office, have to get in the shower, like whatever the thing is. Um, and I was like, okay, wait a minute. Saying that I have to do something is that has sort of a negative connotation. What if it's I get to go in the office. I get to go to the grocery store. I'm about to hop in the shower. I have the complete honor of teaching class right now. And it really hit me the other day. I had a very and I'm going to, be honest with you about this, because in Master of the Space, I'm very open about my experience as well, because part of all of this is I'm doing this with you. We're doing this together. We're growing together. We're cutting shit, knocking subconscious weird things. We're healing together. We're moving up on the up and elevating together. Um, it was New Year's Day, and, I was just like, tired, feeling really lazy, feeling just really lazy. And like, it was later in the afternoon, and I was thinking about, oh no, tomorrow, like I have to go into the office. Like I have to, for like the insurance, my family insurance brokerage agency, which, it's basically mostly, uh, all me, other than, I am in partnership with my mom, but I'm doing it all. I'm running the business essentially. So, it was like I have to go into the office tomorrow. Like I don't want to. I want to be lazy. I need another day to just lay around and do nothing. I'm not ready. And then I stopped. I had like a moment, and I had a whole out loud conversation with myself, which is stop fucking bitching, first of all. Okay. Second of all, I have an opportunity to step into the office atmosphere of this business that, sure, if my dad hadn't died, sure, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in right now. I'd be part of the business, but it wouldn't all be on me. I would have a lot of shared responsibilities. So it's like I've been spending the last couple of years working out those resentments about that, and seeing all the positive as well. But those resentments, that overwhelm has been real, but I've overcome, like, so exponential, like layers and levels of that. And it's like I'm not subscribing to that story anymore. But I have an opportunity that, because of whatever circumstances, I have an opportunity to create something, to work on something, to serve people, to serve the people that are already clients and brokers that we work with. And I have something so unique and special that, let's just face it, probably nobody in my industry, in that industry, has, you know, anything or anything close to like what I've got. And I have a real opportunity. And this is like, I get to have a business to run. Like, I get to have a business to run. So it was like, stop whining, recognize the magnitude of what you get to do. And even though there's going to be days where like the responsibilities feel too much, or there's responsibilities that I hate doing, that's life. That's part of it. We just cannot fool ourselves into thinking that every single thing in our lives is going to be the most glorious thing that we love to do. And we do get to create a life that we love. And we do get to create a life where we get to do more things we love and get rid of things we don't love. We have that power capacity. We can do that. But not everything is, if every single thing was just bliss, would it even be that interesting? So it's like we have to have challenges. We have to have things that we like overcome. But I feel very strongly about spending this year, I've from the gate of my practice of this technology, the base foundational teaching that Yogi Bhajan taught, that I picked up on, that I have taken with me, and I'll continue to take it with me. Yogi Bhajan said, replace insecurity with security. So every time you're feeling fearful, neurotic, angry, negative, uncertain, you take the thing, you take whatever it is, and you just start chanting mantra. You start chanting mantra. You take a breath. Okay. I feel that teaching also translates into this. So every time I find myself complaining or using language that's on the negative side of things, how can I just like re-say it in a way that gives me energy and has more positive power? And I'm not taking away from an intensity or reality of it, but I'm saying it in a way, like, even I was sick for like 2 weeks. I'm still even like getting over it. But instead of saying like, I'm still sick, it's like, no, I'm just still healing. And I like to say I'm under the weather, because that's less like, because I don't want to say I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm under the weather, which means I'll come above the weather. So let's have that intention and, mentality, and get rigorous about it, to really notice and reframe how we're speaking to ourselves, and how we're speaking to other people, and how we're talking about ourselves, how we talk about ourselves to ourselves and to others, especially in this Mercury year energy. I think it's just really it can change your whole life. It can change your whole life. Okay. Let's do this Kriya. Now, when I said that we have habits and things we want to do, and things we want to learn, and new things we want to do with our lives, ways we want to take care of ourselves, and our subconscious, sometimes like steps in and overrules. So we wind up doing the old pattern or habit, and not the thing we want to be doing. So one, we overcome that. We don't focus on it, but we overcome that one with addiction meditation, which we're not going to do now, but addiction meditation, which we all need to do every day until the end of time. at least 3 minutes, but I say bump it up to 5. Okay. And we'll, next week and this month, in Master of the Space, we'll talk more about what some of those daily practices should be. And next week we'll start a meditation that I'd like for us to practice for the year. But addiction meditation every day, but that's one way. And now also this Kriya, or certainly having a strong navel point, is going to help us as well, so that we're not being reactionary or behaving in a way that feels out of our control. And we have a little more command over what it is we're doing. And the thing is, when we have a strong navel point and when we work on, any of these Kriyas, but this one in particular is really good, then the things that we have to do or need to do or want to do that may be hard for us to do, it just comes more easily. It's not such a push, or it's not so dramatic. Like, it's not so dramatic. It could just be like, I don't feel like doing this right now, but just being like, nah, but it's all right, I'll just do it. Versus like, I can't do it, I don't want to, and all of that negative, energy, lost energy. Okay. So, and we did practice this before in Master of the Space, but we're going to go in it again, differently, better, more direct.